Hey guys, Shifty here, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Crystal with Only One Houndour. Houndour is, I think, a top 5 Johto Pokemon for me, but unfortunately it's not available until the post-game, which is baffling, so why not use it as a starter instead? With a Glass Cannon build, it's really going to be a kill or be killed kind of run, but at least we get some pretty good moves like Crunch and Flamethrower by Level Up, and Sunny Day, Solar Beam, and Fire Blast by TM. I don't think we'll have the hardest time against the gyms, especially early in the game, but Chuck with his Poliwrath and Claire with her Kingdra will be challenging, I imagine. Not to mention the Elite Four's Bruno and Champion Lance, but those are a while away, so for right now, let's focus on what to name this little hellhound, and I chose to name him after my top artist on Spotify Wrapped, Cemetery. With my starter by my side, it's time to start our journey and go meet Professor Oak and get an egg. And after that, we battle a certain delinquent with a Totodile and narrowly win. After arriving back at Professor Elm's lab, we learned that the Totodile was stolen and were asked to name the culprit, and what better name to give him than Jackass. With Jackass named and the egg given to Elm, it's time to start our actual journey, the journey to Sprout Tower, and with our Stab Ember, it's a breeze all the way to the top, even against the Elder. So it's time to face our first real test, Gym Leader Faulkner. He leads with a Pidgey, but we outspeed and land an Ember and get a burn so it doesn't do much damage. Then, Pidgey lands a critical hit Mud Slap and drops our accuracy, but on the next turn we don't miss Ember and can take out Pidgey before the accuracy starts becoming an issue. Second is Pidgeotto, and we outspeed and landed Ember again and got the burn again, having Pidgeotto's attack stat, and thank God for that because we proceeded to miss 2 Embers back to back, but eventually we landed and KO'd Pidgeot for our first gym badge. Now, on the way to Azalea Town, I make sure to fight as few trainers as possible to avoid overleveling for the bug gym, which I'm sure will be easy. However, the Team Rocket taking over the Slowpoke well is mandatory, so we clear that out with surprisingly no problems. I guess I remember being harder on heartgold and soulsilver. Either way, it's time for the fight against Bugsy, who wins the award for the most on-the-nose gym leader name, narrowly beating out Misty, Clay, and Gardenia. Anyway, onto the battle. It's actually slightly closer than I would have liked it to be, solely due to Ember just missing out on the 2-shot, letting Scyther build up Fury Cutter power. But we make it out with 9 HP, and with just a Kakuna left, Bugsy gets squashed. And subsequently, we get squashed by a rival as Ember is just bouncing off of Croconaw while he's hitting us with that Hawk to it. So I come back at level 19 and try something dastardly. Actually drops with my Pocket Sand, but unfortunately that didn't work either. The actual solution to this fight came as I was retrying it for what felt like the millionth time, and we leveled up to 20 from Pegastly, got Bite, immediately did overhalf to Croconaw, flinched it, and proceeded to one-shot Zubat. Which means it's time to fight the demon herself, Whitney. It starts well with Ember looking like a 3-shot on Clefairy, but somehow she rolls a Stab Comet Punch from Metronome, crits the first one, then pulls Stomp to bring us to just below half before we take out the little Space Invader. With just 27 HP left, Miltank comes out and it outspeeds us and just kills us. Absolutely nasty first attempt, but I'm confident with a few more levels we can win this. So I try again at level 25. Bite is a 2-shot while Clef whiffs a Metronome. Miltank comes out and she starts to roll up, but our patented Pocket Sand can stop her, so we start going for bites. She manages to land a Stomp, bring us to just 20 HP, but Bite brings her down just as low. She outspeeds and goes for another Stomp, but thankfully it misses, and Bite can finish off the Dairy Demon, winning us our 3rd gym badge. On our way to Ecruteak, we see a Hypno doing his best Kevin Hart impression, and get into a fight with a freaky-ass Sudowoodo, but he freaked me out too much, so I ran away. Moving on from that, in Ecruteak, we meet our rival, and we just blow his shit up. Real coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb shit. Then we fall down a hole like a goddamn Looney Tunes character, and snap our legs in half and die. Luckily, Ho-Oh brings us back to life just like those dogs, and just in time too, because I have a fight with Morty. And do you guys even really need a play-by-play for this? I have a dark move that can't miss, and I resist ghosts. It was truly light work. Afterwards, it's time to check on Amphi, and Bro's on his deathbed, so we head over to Cianwood to pick up the meds, but while I'm there, I figured why not just check out and see if the fighting gym is possible. And chat, we don't even make it past the first trainer. So I just go back to Cianwood, give Amphi the meds, and battle Jasmine, thinking it'd be free considering she has steel types, but nope, fuck me, Ember is just too weak, but Flamethrower's only a few levels away, so with a bit of grinding, we get it, and it just melts her entire team. With the newfound confidence of having Flamethrower, we try Chuck again and just get decimated, so it's time to clear out Team Rocket hideout, which ended up being pretty easy, so while we're in town, why not do the ice gym, which is also very easy. Who could have guessed? But what was actually difficult was the damn gym puzzle. For some reason I just could not figure it out, and I'm not usually bad with ice puzzles, but fuck me, this one just took forever. I don't even think I realized I solved it until I was face to face with Price. I just stumbled on it like a dumbass. Also, we just Flamethrowered like 5 times in one, it's no big deal. And with everything else done, we have to go fight Chuck again, and this time we actually luck out like a motherfucker. Primeape is a 1-shot, makes sense, Flamethrower is strong as shit, but also, we get a burn on Poliwrath, having its attack stat, meaning that on the next turn we easily live Dynamic Punch in the green, and Poliwrath goes down, netting us our 2nd to last gym badge. Fucking finally, Jesus Christ. With the 7th gym done, it's time to stop the Team Rocket takeover of the radio tower. Not gonna lie, the first admin fight was easy, but that's because he has a team of 5 coughings and a wheezing. After that, Jackass shows up, but it's still not a challenge, mostly because his Feraligatr just doesn't have a better water move than Water Gun, which is crazy. We should have the Surf HM by now. Once I'm done struggling with yet another puzzle, it's time to fight the other admin, but once again, it's a walk in the park, not really much to talk about. Now that Team Rocket is dealt with, we're informed that Suicune has sensed our extreme awesomeness and shown up to battle us, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we get fucking washed like laundry. Thankfully, you don't have to win or catch Suicune to progress, so we just take our loss like a champ and continue, but like, fuck man, it just washed us. We arrive at Claire's gym, and honestly, I'm not feeling very confident in our ability to win at level 50, but this is how our first attempt goes. She sends out a Dragonair, and it's a one-shot with Crunch. So far so good. Next is Kingdra. Crunch brings it below half, but she lands a Surf, and we barely live it on 33 HP after a held berry. We outspeed and take out her biggest threat, but with just 33 HP, I'm not so sure we can beat her last two Dragonairs. We land a Crunch on the first, but this is one barely hangs on, and it lands a Slam that brings it to just 7 HP. That berry literally just saved us the attempt. We outspeed next turn and KO, but she still has another Dragonair. Crunch lands, but this one hangs on too, but Dragonair goes for Slam, which is only 75% accurate, and it misses, meaning we can KO on the next turn and win our 8th gym badge by sheer luck and a held berry. With the badges collected, it's time to make the treacherous journey through Victory Road and fight our rival, but Bros for Alligator still just has Water Gun. No Surf, no Bubble Beam, just nothing, so it's still an easy sweep, as Fire and Dark is actually a really good matchup into his whole team. First up is Will, the Psychic type specialist, and I mean, come on, it's super easy. Just to demonstrate how easy this was, I'll put it in SpongeBob terms. On a scale of Super Weenie Hut Juniors to Salty Spittoon, I'm giving this fight a Super Weenie Hut Juniors, and this is how I'll be grading the rest of the Elite Four, by the way, so I hope you like it. Next is Koga, the Poison type specialist, and this fight is a little harder as we get hit by a Toxic and a couple of attacks, but still nothing too serious. This one's getting a Weenie Hut Juniors. Third is the Fighting type specialist Bruno, and this is what I assumed would be the hardest fight this run, and boy was I right. On our very first attempt, we crit past Hitmontop and then immediately died to a high jump kick from Hitmonlee, and it doesn't really get better than that. Hitmontop usually gets some damage in, meaning Hitmonlee just KOs us. And even on the very rare times we make it to Hitmonchan, we're on low enough HP that Mach Punch just KOs. We're really close to one-shotting the first two Hitmons, so let's try again at level 58. Wow, 3 levels really changed the entire game. We one-shot Hitmontop and Hitmonlee with no damage, Hitmonchan lands a Mach Punch but we KO it in return, Onix is a KO with Crunch, and Machamp comes out and barely hangs on from a Flamethrower and cross-chops my dog's head off. On the next try, we get back to Machamp, and I bring out a move I haven't thought about in ages. Good old Pocket Sand. I don't know why I haven't got rid of Mud Slap this far into the game, but it actually saves us as Machamp misses cross-chop and we can just outspeed and KO. And I think it goes without saying that this was definitely a Salty Spittoon on the Super Weenie Hut Juniors to Salty Spittoon difficulty scale. Lastly is Karen, the Dark-type specialist and the bringer of the most annoying quote in all of Pokemon, but her favorites weren't enough to get the win this time, so she's getting a Super Weenie Hut Juniors. Maybe use better Pokemon next time, Karen. Lastly is the Pokemon Champion Lance, the Dragon specialist, and I'm assuming this is going to be a rough fight between not being able to hit any of his Pokemon for super effective damage, and multiple of his Pokemon having Hyper Beam and Thunder Wave. Our first attempt goes like this. We easily two-shot Gyarados while he just sets up a Rain Dance. Aerodactyl is out next, and Flamethrower does a decent chunk, but Rockslide rocks our shit below half, but a follow-up Crunch finishes Aerodactyl. Lance's first Dragonite is out, and Crunch does over half to it, but it goes for Thunder Wave, paralyzing us, meaning it can land a Hyper Beam and bring us to just 9 HP before we finish it with another Crunch. But the victory is short-lived as another Dragonite comes out and outspeed and KOs us. The runs after didn't fare much better either, mostly getting to the same spot or a little worse, so it was time to level up, and for this one I went up 6 levels to level 65, and this is how the first attempt went. Gyarados is the same, but Aerodactyl is now a one-shot, so we make it to the first D-Knight with full HP, and we crit through it, meaning we're halfway to the finish line. His second Dragonite comes in and lives Crunch and tries to Thunder Wave, but a held Cherry Berry heals it so he can pick up the KO. Charizard comes in and barely hangs on from a Crunch and chooses to use Flamethrower for some reason, so we take barely any damage and KO on the following turn. Lance's last stand is with another Dragonite, but Crunch brings it to the yellow. He retaliates with a weak Outrage as it's only 90 base power until Generation 4, and another Crunch finishes him off, making us the champion and winning the run. But I'm sure you guys know about the secret red fight, so we gotta do it. And I'm going straight to it as none of the Kanto gym leaders put up a fight, even blue. On our first attempt at red, we were level 73, and Flamethrower just melts his Pikachu into a Pika Puddle. And now comes Big Man Blastoise to set up the rain and wash us away with a rain boosted super effective Surf. Not a good first attempt at all, honestly, but this is how our second attempt goes with a revamped moveset. We crunch on Blastoise for about a third as he rain dances, but we set up a Sunny Day right after, so having the damage from Surf. Unfortunately, he crits, so we still take massive damage. On the following turn, we can get out the one-turn Solar Beam and KO. Out next is Espeon, and it just barely lives a Crunch, but it sets up a Reflect so we can get the KO. Fourth out is Snorlax, and a Sun-boosted Flamethrower doesn't even do half to the fat bastard. Snorlax is just a huge brick wall for us between having a naturally high special defense, HP, and attack, and a demonic moveset of Rest to heal, Amnesia double its special defense, and Body Slam and Snore for damage. If this asshole gets an Amnesia, it's basically cooked unless we crit, but that's not a chance I'm willing to go for right now, so leveling up it is. On the next try at level 78, I tried something different, setting up Sunny Day on Pikachu instead of Blastoise so we can get the immediate Solar Beam off on him. Unfortunately, it just barely misses the KO, so we have to set up the Sunny Day again and eat a Surf before KOing. Espeon is a one-shot, and next is Big Lax, and Flamethrower does over half and gets a burn, but he Amnesias and a second one can't KO, and somehow, someway, Snorlax managed to crit through the burn to knock me out with Body Slam. I don't have anything to say, I don't think I've ever seen a computer get so lucky. However, to be fair, this wasn't the best run, as I should have checked if Solar Beam one-shot Blastoise from full HP, because if he went down, we would have had much more HP. So a few more levels to guarantee the KO, and this is how it goes at level 82. We Sunny Day as Pikachu Charms, which does jack shit. All our moves are special, dumbass. Then Blastoise is a one-shot with Solar Beam, and Espeon is a one-shot as well. Snorlax is in, and Flamethrower does over half, and he does an Amnesia, so we have a chance. Body Slam comes out, and we live and don't get parried, but that Sunlight faded, so Flamethrower is weaker now. But that doesn't matter, as we still have enough firepower to KO Snorlax, leaving just Red's Venusaur, which who could have guessed is dead to Flamethrower. Hey guys, Editing Shifty here. I just realized I never wrote anything in the script for the fight with Red's Charizard, so you're getting this instead. Sorry if it's out of order too, I just didn't want to interrupt the commentary flow, you know? Anyways, you guys got this far, so you should probably subscribe. Meaning we've now really and truly won this run, and wow, what a damn challenge it was, especially towards the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it took so long for this one to come out, but be on the lookout for the next Pokemon challenge where I beat Pokemon Ultra Sun with only shiny Pokemon. Peace.